What's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first Studio Sunday YouTube video, and welcome to our YouTube channel. We're super happy that you're here. Studio Sunday is our real estate video company, not a media company. We don't do photography, Matterport, all that kind of crazy stuff. We're only focused on videography, cinematography, filmmaking, content creation, anything that this camera does. I'm doing for like real estate agents and stuff, basically. But even further into that is we try to create the absolute best real estate videos we possibly can in some of the most expensive and exclusive homes in the world. And we're super blessed to do that and absolutely passionate about it. It's crazy. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Edgar and I'm the owner here at Studio Sunday, and I'm super excited to be able to say that. And I have an amazing team of guys behind me that I'll get to here in a second. But for those of you who do know me, whether it's through Instagram or other content out there, you're probably wondering, what's going on? What are you up to? Are you gonna be teaching stuff still? Are you still gonna, shoot real estate? Are you still living in Florida? And I'll be able to answer probably all those questions in the next, couple minutes if you're willing to stay. But for those of you who don't want to stay, this is Studio Sunday YouTube channel. Okay, we're gonna teach stuff here. We're gonna show some amazing behind the scenes at some incredible properties. And in those videos, you're gonna be able to learn a lot on how you communicate with agents, how you shoot with your camera, what settings to use. And we have Brian, an amazing editor, who's gonna teach you a lot of editing tricks and little simple things that you can incorporate in your real estate videos. And it's just gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a good time doing what we do, and we hope you stick around. So click that subscribe button. Now, if you're gonna stick around, here's what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about how I got into videography, more specifically real estate videography, even more specifically luxury real estate videography, why I moved to Florida, why I started Studio Sunday, our amazing team, who we have on our team, and what you can expect from us in the next few months, in the next year. What are we gonna be doing for you, man? Because that's really what it's all about, right? So I became a videographer in 2018. And I like to say, I've been a videographer my whole life. I picked up the camera as a kid, etc. You guys can probably relate, but I didn't officially become a videographer until 2018. I say that because that was the first time I got paid to do something. And I remember I was in college, I was in my junior year. I was like a D&C student. If I did really well in a class, it was like a B-, it was nothing special. And I didn't like school. I changed my major 6 times. I had no clue what life was gonna look like outside of college. But I remember renting a camera from the school library to do videos every now and then with my friends. And I had a friend who was like, hey, I have to launch a clothing line for this business class. Can you make a commercial for me? I was like, of course. So I did that, and they were all blown away by the commercial I did for them. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm pretty good at this. Maybe I could get paid for this. So I joined some wedding groups on Facebook for, soon-to-be brides in Iowa who were trying to plan their weddings. And I remember scrolling and scrolling, trying to find someone who wanted a videographer. And I bumped into a lady who's like, I want a videographer, but I don't want to spend more than $600. I was like, I will do it. She paid me upfront $400. And I was like, okay, maybe I could do this one more time so I could buy a camera. So I found someone else. They paid me $800 for their wedding. That was the following year. And I bought my first camera. I bought a Sony a6500. From there, videography became a side hustle for the next 5 years. I dropped out of school. I got a job as a salesman at a sporting goods store called Shields. And I was shooting weddings on the weekends, and I would take days off in the middle of the week to shoot commercials and stuff like that when people wanted to hire me. Eventually, I took a job at a real estate brokerage, and I was shooting all their photography, doing their social media reels, and I was getting paid $38,000 a year. And I got pretty good at it and realized if I could do this on my own, I would be making, close to $100,000 a year. And, no offense to the real estate brokerage who hired me. I love them and I learned a lot from them. But I was like, if I do this on my own, I could probably make a living doing what I love. So I took the leap. I quit my job and I became a full-time videographer, and I was shooting anything and everything, whoever wanted to pay me. Weddings, funerals. I shot a funeral, everything. And so I did that for the next 2 years. And during that time, my wife and I had our firstborn son, Miles. And if you've ever had a child before, or you're about to have your first kid, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when I say I lost my mind. I had no clue what I was gonna do with my life. I was like, do I wanna be a videographer? Should I go get a job somewhere else? What am I doing? And that's when I discovered luxury real estate media. I saw people like Eric Visuals, who's now a good friend of mine, and companies like Desire Media, Spearhead Media, just doing absolutely amazing work. And I'm like, man, I want to try this out. So I got my first luxury property to shoot. After that, I dropped everything else and focused all my energy on becoming good at luxury real estate media. And I started reaching out to agents all over Iowa saying, hey, can I shoot you video? Here's what I charge. And I ran into a lot of no's. People telling me they already had a videographer who did it for 50 bucks. People telling me their daughters shot their photos and their videos, that they didn't need me. And then I realized, man, this is not the market for luxury real estate media. So I decided to travel outside of Iowa and shoot some stuff in Chicago, which was a lot of fun, and realized like, this is what I want to do full time, but I'm going to have to move. And that leads me to, why did I move to Florida? So in June of 2024, I had someone reach out to me who had a luxury real estate media company here in Palm Beach, Florida, and they saw what I was doing and they're like, man, you are really good at what you do. I want you to do that for us. But I had a lot going on. My wife and I, we owned a home. We have this 4-month-old baby. I found this new love for real estate videography, and I was like, I can create something amazing here, but I was in Iowa with people who didn't want to pay for it. So we took it into consideration and we started praying for it a lot. So after a month of a ton of prayer, a ton of conversations between me and my wife, me and the company, I realized, yeah, we share a lot of the same values, spiritual values. And I'm like, this is a answered prayer. Honestly, we should just do it. So we sold our house and we moved to Florida. And let me tell you, the culture shock I experienced when I moved to Florida is absolutely insane. The homes are around $50 million, sometimes $100 million. There's lots of diversity. It's really fast paced. There's an ocean. There's no corn anywhere. So I got to working for this company and I absolutely loved it. I was shooting basically every single video that we were doing, and I was meeting some incredible real estate videographers, some incredible real estate agents, seeing some of the most amazing homes in the world. And I was just loving it. And a little less than a year later, I started to notice some things that I really didn't align with spiritually, morally, creatively, all those things. And I'm like, man, I don't feel like I belong here. I feel like it might have been a mistake to move here, but I don't regret it because I met some amazing people. I got so much experience shooting all of these videos that I became a lot better at what I did. And then I started chatting with some friends I made along the way, some real estate videographers, some real estate agents, and they were all saying the same thing, which is, you know, Edgar, it's not what you expected, but you have some incredible people behind you. You should start your own company. I was like, why not? So with the very little savings my wife and I had, because it's Florida, if you want to go have a cheeseburger, it's going to be $50. We took our little savings and we purchased everything we needed to start this company. And so we landed on the name Studio Sunday because Sunday is an important day to me. It's the Sabbath. It's also an incredibly important day to real estate agents. That's when they have their open houses. And I'm also a golf enthusiast, and Sunday is probably the most important day in a golf tournament. It's the final round, and it's just really fun to say. As I was getting everything built up, I had a couple of people reach out to me from the last company who said, hey, you know, we're feeling how you were feeling. We would love to join you in this. And I was like, man, absolutely. One of those people is Landon Williams, an incredible guy, an incredible shooter. And then we have Bryden, who's an editor up in Canada, and it's not one of those overseas editor relationships. He's actually a brother of ours. We love him. We're all really good friends, and we do life together, even if it's over the phone. And he comes to Florida pretty often just to visit and say hi, and I love it. So we officially launched Studio Sunday on September 9th. And honestly, you know, we're still in the beginning, right? We're still in the beginning stages. There's not a lot of people that know about us, but just in a short amount of time, we've been able to work with some amazing agents, shoot some beautiful homes, and build relationships that I am really grateful for. So if you're wondering what Studio Sunday is all about and what we're trying to accomplish, it's not to start this big real estate media company where, you know, we offer all these different things and, you know, we have different locations and all that. Not that that's a bad thing. There's some amazing people out there who do that and they make great money doing it. We just want to try to be the absolute best at real estate videography, whether that be the shooting, the editing, the storytelling. We want someone on the other side of the world to know who we are because of how good we are at what we do. And lastly, this YouTube channel exists so we could take you guys wherever we go. We want to be able to show you guys behind the scenes of some of the houses we're shooting and some of the agents we're working with. We want to teach you guys new things that we've learned along the way, because if there's anything I want this channel to be, it's transparent. I know there's other creators out there who pretend to be experts at everything and find any chance to take your money. We just want you guys to learn with us. I think there's going to be a lot of videographers, editors, real estate agents even, who are going to take a lot from this channel, whether it be from the behind the scenes for what gear we use, you know, how we edit certain things, how the company's going, how we're growing, how we're failing, all those things. We want you guys to be able to be alongside with us as we go through all of this and hopefully see some crazy properties along the way. If you're one of the 3 people that stuck it out to the very end of this video, you're insane, but thank you, and make sure you subscribe. We'll hopefully be posting every Sunday, and we'll see you in the next one.